syntax, how we are going to execute it. Let's see, cell star from EMP table, okay, and I have cell star from DEP table. So if I want to execute statement, I want to execute at a time single statement, not multiple statements. At a time I can execute only single statement in SQL, but in PLSQL you can execute both the statements at a time. So that means the PLSQL is going to sending the
so today we are going to discuss PL-SQL concepts. So already we done the SQL things.
Sending an entire block of statements.
Sir, already SQL is available. So why do you want to go for PL-SQL?
And provide the performance.
So SQL is a structured.
If you are going to executing one by one,
structured query language.
Network traffic is going
structured
to
query language.
So
we have some limitations. So what we can do in SQL using just you will going to create the structure.
And PLSQL gives the high productivity
and it can programmers to query the data and writing some statements. That's all. So we are not going to do beyond that.
So the performance will going
what
to
else
increase.
we can going to do in SQL? Only those things, right? So far what are the things we have seen?
Increase.
So probably you're going to create a structure means it's a table or
So who missed it? Someone is missed it. Okay, fine. So now what will going to do? It will going to perform the productivity of the programmers, and the PLSQL save time to design and debugging, storing features such
sequence
as
or a
exception
synonym
handling,
or a partition or index
data hiding,
or a view, materialized view.
So
whatever it is.
Will going
so
to
wherever you are going to
time.
using create statement,
compared to see
it's
something
called
you
as
want
a
to do perform in SQL, it will take a lot of time.
Structured
and you can't do
data definition.
You don't have the,
so data definition means so you are trying to create
variety
a
of features to use.
So those all things comes under
error handling,
DDL only,
and
right?
encapsulation.
So now
anyone help
after that
me
what you did? So you try to
that?
do some inserting data, updating data, deleting data, and that means you are manipulating something on that other things as well. So manipulating means see here you can going to use some other statements as well. So what we are going to do, just we are going to creating, updating, creating the structure, manipulating the data, and doing some queries. Okay, you used some functions. Okay, you used some joins. When you have multiple tables, you use the join conditions, and you have used sub queries. So you have used some set operators. Okay, so these are the main concepts we have seen in the SQL. So now, why we want PL-SQL in this case now? So how it will be going to working? PL-SQL is nothing but a programming language. Okay. So here we can going to do. Let's do something now. You want to validate data. How do you going to do validation in SQL? Are you able to do a validation in SQL? In SQL? Right. See, suppose we want to validate data means before going to let's show you some of the things, the drawbacks. See, suppose you want to validate some data. The data is employee data. So now, how are you going to validate it? You can't validate, right? Yes, you can do some little validations, conditions using case statements and decode statement and constraints, but not into fully. Understand? So at that time, you can go for the PL-SQL, validating the data. See, suppose something you want to validate. If it is a Smith, then I want to do some calculations and all. So you can't do all the calculations and all using the case statement. So in this case, what you can do, you can go for the PL-SQL validations. Okay, and see here the PL-SQL is a programming language. It was developed by RP Corporation. Okay, so later it is into extension of SQL. It is a PL-SQL is the extension of SQL only. So PL-SQL is completely portable and high performance transaction processing language. Compared to the SQL, PLSQL is going to, it's more portable. That means it's the extension of SQL, right? So you can easily can going to access it, and performance also is high. Okay. And this is going to OS independent programming environment. So OS independent programming language means it will be going to working under Windows, Linux, okay. So Mac, whatever it is, so the OS independent. You can going to run this PLSQL in different operating units, operating systems. Okay. So, and PLSQL can also directly call as command line in SQL plus. Yes, PLSQL you can going to execute in SQL plus also. So I think in this server SQL plus is not available maybe. Okay. So we have one more is there, so that is called as SQL plus. So okay, you can going to run the SQL plus in PLSQL commands as well. Okay, 1 second. Let me check it. SQL plus is available or not. I think it's not available. Okay. So, but DBAs have the access on SQL plus. They will going to run the commands. Okay. Direct call can also be made from the external programming language calls to database. So, how PLSQL see whatever the statement you ran into the database, so it will be going to calling from one engine to another engine internally. So always SQL engine is different, PL SQL engine is different. Both are going to working independently, and it will going to call vice versa. Okay. So now PLSQL will calling to the SQL engine. SQL engine will going to respond for the PLSQL engine, and it will going to execute the query, and it will fetch the data, and it will hand out to the PLSQL engine. That all the things it is going to happen internally. So you're never going to see anything on that. What you will going to observe is our statements are going to executed or not. We will going to see those things. Okay. So that is the mean of direct call can also made from external programming language calls to database. So you can going to call it into different databases, not only the Oracle. You can going to call different languages. It's a general syntax based one. So this is a generally you can going to write syntax basis based on PLSQL will going to work. So if you keep remember the syntaxes, you can going to do it different examples. You can do it wonders. So how you want. See, the same statement you will going to write it different way. The way of style is different. Suppose I did my programming differently. You people can going to do it indifferently. Understand? But ultimately the output is same. So probably you people go suppose if you can see some Google or Amazon, their interview process written exam only they will give 5 questions. That's all. So what they will going to give, they will give you a question, and they will give output as well. How they want it is. You have to write the code for based on that output how they want. So writing a coding for that output, what you use it? You are going to use in Java or PHP or Python or something AngularJS or Oracle database. What you are using, that is they are not going to check it. They will going to check how you written the coding, okay, how it is simple. See, all of them will going to write it coding only. See, the coding is correct. See, suppose participants one is written the coding for suppose using Python. Suppose I used it AngularJS. They will going to look at both the coding is same. Both the coding is good and the output is good. They will going to check it who did best coding. Less number of lines, okay, and how this execution process, what logic they used beyond that. So the similarly using PL/SQL also, you can going to do it in different ways your coding style. Okay, your coding style is very, very important. Suppose I can going to use insert statement for each line. I'm going to using 10 times insert statement for to insert the 10 records. Okay, so at the time the other person is just they are going to they are going to using the same insert all statement, single statement they used it and they inserted. Which one is the best? Insert all. Okay, someone other person, third person used it insert all with the PL SQL coding. Yes, third person is the best. So in this way you have to become into smart in the coding. So how it will come? Continuously people have to practice, continuously learning. Okay, continuously applying your thoughts on coding style. Okay, got it right? So that is the what they are saying here. So it is a general syntax based one. So you are good in coding in SQL, PL SQL, even other coding languages also. It's very easy to learn. Okay, then let's move on to the next. So here we have the features of PLSQL. What are the use? So PLSQL is tightly integrated with SQL. So without SQL, nothing will going to do in PLSQL. Keep in mind. If you don't have command on SQL, you can't perform PLSQL as well. If you don't have command on SQL and PLSQL, nothing you will going to do as a Oracle Apps technical. If you don't have much knowledge on Oracle Apps technical side, nothing will going to perform cloud technical. Understand? These all things are dependent things. So if you know one thing, the second one will be easy. Got it right? So all are dependent languages and dependent skills. So try to learn all the things. Okay. So tightly integrated with SQL. So keep on mind, if without SQL, nothing you will going to do in PLSQL. It offers extensive error checking. Yes, errors will going to check and we can going to handle it in PLSQL. In SQL, are you going to handle the errors? No. Error is coming, you have to correct it and run it again. Until you are correcting your error, you can't perform your SQL statement. Yes or no? Right? Whatever the statement you wrote, even that whatever it is, either DDL, DML, whatever the statement it is, simple error is there, single line error is there, small spelling mistake is there, syntax mistake is there. You can't perform until you correct your error. That means the SQL you are not going to handling the errors. Understand? Database will going to check the error and it will give the error, but you can't perform your action until you are going to correct the error. So, but now in the PLSQL, you can going to handle the error. So you can bypass that error and you will going to execute the rest of the statements. Understand? So what is the use of PLSQL? We can going to check the errors and we can handle the errors. Checking and handling, both you can do. So it offers numerous data types. In PLSQL, we have n number of data types. So mostly we are going to be using so many data types. So we're going to see those concepts as well. So in SQL, what data types used? In SQL, used only the data types for some date data type, number data type, character data type, integer data type. Okay, varchar data types. So that are just creating tables at that time. You define the type of the data you just entered. But in PL SQL, we're going to see numerous data types. Numerous data types mean here you can going to define the data type for the entire table structure as a single data type. Entire query as a single data type. Okay, so you can going to create a record data type, table data type. Okay, and you can going to use it to different. data types, VRA data types. So that concept will come. Definitely, we're going to discuss all the things on that. Okay, and it offers the variety of programming structure. Just I told you before this. Variety of programming structures. Variety of programming means you people going to perform different way of style. You no need to match it or you no need to follow what the structure I followed. If you good command syntaxes and command on the practice, you can going to write your own way. You no need to follow someone's how they did it. Understand? So, and it supports the programming through the functions and procedures. Yes, we are going to use in PL SQL functions and procedures, and it supports the object-oriented programming. Yes, so the concept object-oriented programming also it will going to support. So let's advantage of the PLSQL. You can going to see lots of advantages. So you can going to see how that advantages means you can compare with the SQL and you can going to. So okay, let's advantages. What type of advantages we can going to see? The SQL is a standard database language, and PLSQL is strongly integrated with SQL. So PLS without SQL, there is no PLSQL. The PLSQL supports both the static and dynamic of SQL. So anyone tell me what is the meaning of static and dynamic? Hello. Anyone tell me what is the meaning of static and embedded? Sorry, dynamic. Idea?
Static means motion, sir. I mean, moving like that.
Sorry, where you are moving? See, suppose you did some work on based on the static way. I did on dynamic way. What is that? Static and dynamic. Any no idea? Okay, let's see. Static means it's strictly going to that you can't do it dynamically. Going to doing something different. See, suppose something I developed it, but you can't going to do it the changes on that one. So that is a constant one. So if you want to do something means either you have to bring the uh, programmer and do the code changes. So dynamic means the application, whatever the application it is available dynamically will going to take the data. Static is you can't going to update into the dynamically into the data. See, suppose now I created one table and I inserted some data into that database. Now as a end user, suppose Mr. X came and is asking, I want to insert other students' information into the table. Are you going to tell it go into database and try to insert the data into the table? No, right? You have to design a form and you have to give it into the front end access to insert the data dynamically. Okay. So static SQL supports only DML operations and transactions to control the PLSQL blocks. That means whatever you are going to doing DML statements, as a programmer, you will going to write your syntax commands and do it. But dynamic is a SQL allows to embedded DDL statements in PLSQL blocks. So embedded dynamic means you no need to going to perform manually each and every transaction. So automatically it will going to picking the data from the dynamically. So hope you people understand it. Rather real example is suppose you are not going to create any form. See, suppose you want to fill the form, online application form. So if they are not provided any form, and they are asking to some mail information, copying that mail information, programmer will going to update manually in the database. That is a static work. If someone is going to develop that table and they created a form on that table and that form access given to all of them, all of the users are going to fill that form and submitting. That's a dynamic way. Understand? So in SQL, PL SQL, so static means so you will going to perform your DML statements in SQL block itself. But dynamic means you can perform your DML statements in PLSQL blocks. So that concept also we're going to see in PLSQL. So PLSQL allows the engine sending an entire block of statements to the database at one time. Understand? So what do you mean by that? PLSQL is sending that all the entire block of statements to the database for execution at one time. But SQL is not like that. See, suppose I have 3 blocks. Okay. So I have 3 blocks. So 3 blocks, how we are going to execute it? Let's see. Cell star from EMP table. Okay. And I have cell star from DEP table. So if I want to execute statement, I want to execute at a time single statement, not multiple statements. At a time, I can execute only single statement in SQL, but in PLSQL, you can execute both the statements at a time. So that means the PLSQL is going to sending that all the statements, entire block of statements in at once. So that is the mean here. PLSQL allows sending an entire block of statements to the database at once. This reduces the network traffic and provides the performance of the application. Yes, if you are going to executing one by one, so internally network traffic is going to increase. So if you are sending all at once, automatically it will going to reduce the network traffic. Okay. And PLSQL gives the high productivity to programmers as a query transformations, update of the database in the databases. So the performance will going to increase. Understand? So the performance will going to increase. So who missed it? Someone is missed it. Okay, fine. So now what will going to do? It will going to perform the productivity of the programmers, and the PLSQL save time to design and debugging, storing features such as exception handling, encapsulations, data hiding, object-oriented data types. So it will going to save the time. Compared to something you want to do perform in SQL, it will take a lot of time, and you can't do you don't have all the variety of features to use there. I mean error handling and encapsulation. Anyone help me? Encapsulation, what do you mean by that? Reusability. Understand? So you are going to reusing. Encapsulation is nothing but reusability. Data hiding, object-oriented data types. So these all things we're going to do in PLSQL. So that means it will going to save your design time and debugging time. Debugging means checking the errors. Okay. And PLSQL provides high security. Yes, it will going to give some security, and it provides the access to predefined. Already we have lots of standard packages available. We're going to use those things, and it will help to developing the web applications and server pages. Yes, you can perform. You can going to develop coding for the application development as well. So moving on to the next one, this is the environment. So the environment, you no need to set up your environment. Okay. So this is already DBS will going to help on. So let's move on to the third chapter. So environment, hope it is not required, right? So environment will going to help on. DB. Okay, step 1. Sorry, this is the completely environment only. Let's move to step next chapter. Okay, so here it is our exact coding will going to start it. So PLSQL, it will going to syntax based, right? So how it is? So PLSQL, let's go and do it. So we have how PLSQL things will going to work is. So let's 1 second. So begin and so whatever you are going to doing, you have to do it in between of the begin and end only. So one more you have declare. So here you will going to declare what are the variables you are going to declaring variables. Variable declarations. Variable declarations. Variable declarations. Here it is going to coding. Okay, whatever the executable code. Executable code. One more section we have exception. Exception is error handling. Understand? So you will going to do it whatever it is. This is the syntax first. Declaration, begin and end, in between exception we have. In the declaration, whatever the variables used in the executable code, in executable section. So variable declaration section, we can call it as a section. Executable section, you can call it as the executable section. So you have 3 sections now, right? Error handling section, exception section, we can call it as the exception section or error handling section. How many sections we have? 3 sections. First one is declaration section. Second is executable section. Third is error handling section. Right. Now these 3 sections, in the declaration section, what you are going to doing? You are declaring variables. Declaring variables. What are the variables used in executable section? In the executable section, what is the coding you want to do? You can going to perform your all the coding. In the exception section, if there any issue is coming, if there any error is coming in executable section, exception section is going to handling your errors. Okay. Now let's see here declaration section, executable section, and exception handling. Understand? In the declaration section, you will going to declare whatever it is needed, all the variables. You can declare variables, cursors, subprograms, whatever it is. Whatever it is means, if you need any variable, you can declare it. That's all. In executable commands, you will going to write your coding. Anything you can write it, but must and should, it will going to yellow just as a null. Null will going to accept. At least one statement is needed, null. So you can going to F5. Null when expecting declaring one of the following, when so this is exception, right? So you have to write it when others than. So this why it is required means exceptions is mandatory one. So you can see down the PLSQL procedure successfully completed. Nothing I wrote here. So PLSQL block, at least one statement is required. It's called as a null. If you are not doing anything, just put null. That's all. Now tell me, what are going to doing here in this begin here? What are you going to doing here? Are you going to write self statement? Yes, I can write a self statement here. Are you going to do some self statements? Are you able to do it DML statements? Yes or no? DML statements. Yes, you can perform your DML statements. Okay. Are you going to write some loops? Conditions? Yes, you can do some conditions. What are the conditions? If condition, if else condition, if else condition. Okay, you can do. Okay, what else you can do? Loops condition? Yes, you can do loops. Okay, what else you can going to do here? Are you write a begin within the begin? Tell me. Are you going to do begin within the begin statement? Tell me, is it possible or not? Begin within the begin. Yes, you can going to do it begin within the begin. Understand? So this is the coding style. Got it? So you can write begin within the begin. See, I have a begin statement. I can write it one more begin also. Understand? So begin. If I did begin means immediately what you need to do? End up. If you begin means you should have to end up. So if you have begin and end means you can going to do exception handling. Understand? Exception. When others then. Understand? So like this we can do it. Yes, you can write it. How do you going to? Are you able to do it one more begin within the begin? Yes, you can do different type of begins. You can going to do it. Right? See, in this begin you end it. In between of the begin you are writing one more begin here. You can write it one more begin. Why can't you do? You can do. Understand? Begin. Yes, you can do one more end. Yes, someone is asking question, please. You can do exception and then you can write a 10 number of statements like this way. When others then. You can do. Yes or no? Null. You can do. Here also you can put null. Whatever the statements you can do, you can going to do it all the statements again here also. Whatever the statements you have, you can going to do it all the statements here. So like that way we can going to do it. Are you able to write a select statement, DML statements, conditions, loops, whatever it is in the exception section? Are you able to do it? Hello. Is it possible to do or not? Are you able to write a select statement in the exception? Yes, it's possible. Everything you can going to do it. So that is what I told you already. PLSQL is a very friendly language and it's a variety of structures you can going to use it. Already I told you, right? So you can going to use it in your different way of styles of structures. Got it?
Yes, sir.
So this is the way. If you have good command on doing the coding style, see suppose still who have 2 years, 3 years experience on coding, but they never know to using the styles of structures. Okay. So let's move on to the next. So hope you people understand. Declaration section, you can declare that required variables. Executable section, you can go into enclose between the keywords of begin. It's mandatory section. And one more. Begin and end in between. Executable section is mandatory. Understand? Declaration section is not a mandatory. Even without this declaration section also you can execute your block. Understand? And execute begin and in between of begin and end, it is a mandatory section. Without the begin and end, you can't write anything in the PL/SQL. And the exception section also, it's a mandatory. If you want, you can handle errors. If you don't want, you can leave it. It's the optional one. Clear? So then let's move on. And each and every statement is going to end with semicolon. Keep on doing. Each and every statement end with semicolon except keywords. Except keywords. Got it right? Except keywords, each and every statement end with semicolon. You can see. Okay. Now just I want to write one single SQL one query. So suppose can anyone tell me select star from EMP. I want to. So I'm going to executing this data. Yes, I got the data. I want to write in the same thing into the PLSQL block. How do I going to write it? How I can do the coding for PL/SQL level? Okay, and then see here declaration section, executable commands, and exception handling. Okay, so simply I try to display some hello world information. Simply just you can going to declare. So this is the declare variable, data type of the variable, and what is the name of that variable message, and you can going to try to execute it. Let's show you this small one. So now let's see. So this is your example. So now let's now declare. I declared a one variable called as a message. That variable data type is going to var2 of 20. I assigned the hello variable is the message name, and I try to display that dvms underscore output dot put underscore line. This is the Oracle provided standard package procedure. Okay, this is going to helping to print your messages. What is the use of the dbms output dot put underscore line? It is the Oracle provided standard package procedure. It will help to display the output. How are you going to display our output? Using this statement.
DBM.
Yes. Now, sir, what is the variable? Message. What is the data type of the variable? Var2. What is the message you are assigned to the variable? Hello world.
Hello.
How you are going to assigning? Here, try to understand two things here. Sir, what is this symbol? I can see here different symbol it is. Okay. So assignment variables. This symbol is called as. What is the difference between equal and colon equal? Equal and colon equal. Okay, this is the one. Equal and colon equal. Equal will going to comparing. It is comparing the both variables on left and right. Yes or no?
Yes,
Left
sir.
and right. So now suppose I put it as a department number equal to 10. So that means the right side value is comparing with left side. So anyhow, both it is going to comparing, that is it condition is going to matching or not, checking. This is called as this is equal symbol. The above one is what we can call equal. It's called as equal. This is assignment variables. Assignment variable. What we can call assignment variable. Now this is going to assigning the value to the variable. Assigning the value to variable. Understand? So what example? You can take this example only. Now what is the hello world is? It is assigning to message. Now you try to display your message. That's all. Got it? Hope all of you understand. Let's execute. PLSQL is successfully completed. But where is the output? So I try to enable the PLSQL DBMS output here. Yes. F5. Encounter symbol exception. Yes. It is executed the whole statement actually. Okay. Why encounter symbol exception? Because there is no statement in that. You can put null. Okay. So simply just I executed again. What is this one? Encounter symbol exception. Where it is? Okay. So where it is? Continue to close the current delete fetch. 1 second. What is this one? What's happening here? Begin statement is what is the error now? Tell me. Executable section at least needed one statement, right? You can't going to execute it simply. See now, encounter symbols exception when accepting one of the following. The beginning clause declare exit go to if loop as null pragma, right? Rise return select update while with this identifier. So that means at least the executable section is going, it's a mandatory. At least any one statement you need to put. I put it as just null. See PLSQL, 3 procedures is there. All are going to execute it. Now you want to see the output. Can you see hello world, hello world, hello world? So 3 times hello world it is coming. Understand how it is printed? Now, is it a named block? Is it a anonymous block? This is. It's an anonymous block. It's not a named block. If it is a named block, then it will going to store a database permanently. Okay. Now let's move on to have this. So you people can see how it is going to doing identifiers. We have different type of identifiers. We're going to use it. So you can going to perform your arithmetic operators. You can going to perform addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, whatever it is. In PL/SQL, you can going to use those variables, and you can perform your calculations as well. And you have some attribute indicator. Percentage is nothing but a attribute indicator. Attribute indicator means it's in future. So in PL/SQL classes, we're going to use percentage. It's called as a attribute indicator. So try to look this all the identifiers. So just now I told you, right? Assignment variable. Understand? Assignment variable. That means assigning the value to the variable. And you can see equal and less than symbol, right? Sorry, greater than symbol, right? So that also you can call it as an association indicator, association operator. So we have some APIs. So in the APIs, we're going to use these association variables, okay? And you can see the pipe symbol, and you can see the semicolon statement terminator. Semicolon is nothing but it's going to terminate the statement, okay? Colon is going to host variable, it's hosting the value. Comma is going to separator, okay? And double quote is going to, whenever you want to character related data, so you can going to put it into the single quotes, okay? In double quotes also we're going to use it. So label identifiers is double less than, double greater than is a label identifiers, okay? and at the rate symbol is going to connecting into the remote access indicator. Suppose if you want to connect into the remote access of other database, so at the time you can going to use the at the rate symbol. Okay, so slash star and star slash, it's a multi-line command delimiter. So see how we're going to use it, sir. So this is a multi-line commenting. This is a single line commenting, just hyphen called as a single line commenting. Suppose I want to comment the entire this statement. See, suppose you can going to use it as a slash star, and you can going to use it as a, see, everything is commented. You can going to comment of star slash. So this is a multi-line commenting. In PL/SQL, if you want to comment unnecessary codes, unnecessary stuff, you can go and use it multi-line commenting. Okay. So this is just hyphen single line commenting, and dot dot is going to range operator. Dot dot is going to using to range the range, how you want to, the range of 1 to 10. So you can going to use that one. So already people know, right, these rational operators and different variety of not equals, these things you can going to use. So hope so the identifiers people understand. So try to gone through this document already I shared to all of them. So gone through it, and if people going to understand how identifiers are using. So these all are the basics. Without basic, you will never going to perform anything. So you have to keep on mind all the identifiers, how it is working, where we are using, how we are using. Those things is very, very important. So during the coding, we're going to use these all the identifiers. Fine, let's move on to the comments, comment section. So I already told you we have a single line comment. Just a colon is a single line comments, and slash star and star slash in between of whatever you have, you are going to multi-line comment. Commenting you are going to do. You can comment it or whatever unnecessary things. So the PL/SQL allows these are the units. PL/SQL going to allow these are the units, right? So now, so how are you going to, what are the units is going to helping? PL/SQL blocks, functions, packages, package bodies, procedures, triggers. So these are the majorly we're going to use the majorly we're going to use it. Understand? So majorly, see if you are strong in other things, see suppose, sir, I want to learn functions, packages, package body, procedures, and triggers. These blocks, if you want to become strong on this way, you need to know about all the basics. Without basics, you never going to perform any. You are never going to create any function or a package. So it's not at all possible to create any function or a package body. So what we can call this? These are the named blocks: trigger, procedure, package, function. These are the named blocks. You will going to give a name, and it will going to store in the database permanently. Understand? It's going to store the permanently. It is going to store in the database. Now, so you can going to store the data, store the structure in the database permanently. Types and types bodies also will going to do. If you want to perform those things, you need all the basics first. So without basics, you can't perform anything on that. Yes, now we are coming into the data types. Data types is a major role in PL/SQL coding. Okay, so it is very, very important concept. So data type means just a character, number, date, not like that. Okay, you can going to see a number of different style of data types here. Suppose when is the data type is required, first of all. See, while going to seeing the data, the nature of the data, you need to define the type, what type of data it is. I can see the people, gender, right? Is a gender is a type, right? Type of the human body, right? So you can going to describe it's a male or female or transgender it is, whatever it is. In the similar way here, the data, while going to seeing the data, you need to define the structure itself. If the data is looks like character data or number data or date data, only majorly three things as of now we discussed. But you can see here different type of data types. Right. So we have scalar data type, log data type, composite data type, and references. Sir, scalar data type is nothing but just it's such as a you can going to write it on number, date, and boolean. Those things we can call it as a scalar category. So, can anyone tell me what is holding the boolean variable? What when we are using boolean? What you will going to store it in the boolean?
Binary values.
Boolean, not binary.
Yes, sir.
Boolean.
Yes, sir. When checking the condition
No.
and store the yes or no value.
Yes or no or true or false? Yes
True
or
or
no,
false?
you can going to use it
True
for
or
character,
false?
right? Why do you want boolean?
True or false, sir?
True or
True or
false.
false?
Right. Understand it, okay? Something you are telling, you should have to understand. Yes or no, I can use it in character data type. Char of 3, yes. Char of 2, no, you can going to store. Are you able to use it to true or false for the variable varchar 2? No, you can't use for that. Understand? Boolean is going to true or false, you can going to. Next one. Next is the large objects, lab. Large objects means suppose something you want to store. You want to store some text file, some graphic images, some video clips, and sound waveforms. So those things you can't going to keep as a number or a date or character. So at that time, see suppose I want to store into some my profile, I mean my resume. To store the resume in your table, okay, what data type will going to take? Lab. To store your small video clip, what data type will use? Lab. Some sound waves. I mean, sound waves means it's a music of small clips. Understand? So whenever you're going for large files you want to store into the database, you can go for lab. Composite. Composite is a data items that have internal components can be accessed individually. So see, composite is nothing but collections and records. So now I want to store my employee student information. So student information I want to store means what I will going to do, I will going to create a record data type. Record data type. So I no need to declare for all of the students data type, right? Student name. Suppose I want to store 5 people. So you 5 people I want to store it. So how do I will going to declare it? Student name varchar 2 of 20 size. Some name Sai Krishna. Again student name. One more variable. Like that 5 times I need to declare it. You don't need to declare 5 times. You can create a one collection record type. You can going to store these all the names in that particular type itself, called as a composite. Okay, called as a composite. Hope you people understand it. Now the 5 people marks I want to store it. I no need to declare for marks variables 5 times. I can declare only single variable, but I am going to storing all the variables, all the marks into single variable. I will going to use the references again. So reference is a pointer to other data items. So now reference is nothing but already you declared one variable as a data type. That reference you are taking and reusing it again, called as a reference. See, reference means something someone is asking, can you refer me in your, can you refer me the job for in your organization? Refer means the other person don't know directly into the company, so that is the reason who knows through that person they are going to refer, right? So is it clear those things? So shall we move on to the next?
Sir.
Okay, you have numeric data types, character, boolean, and the data types. So you can go in datetime. So with these all variables already you people know, and you can going to see the PLSQL integer variables. So it will going to support the range, and it supports 32 bytes of the range is whatever the range it is mentioned. See, you people no need to keep on mind this how what is the range it is and how it is. Just keep on mind a few of the data types. Here it is. So different data types is going to using different purposes. Okay, so depends on your requirement. You can going to use it your data type. So PLS integer it is supports only the integers, and binary integer it supports the binary values. When you want to go single signed integers, it will going to store. Okay, all are in the similar one. It's but the depends on your data. You can going to choose it. Understand? Right. So you can see here a different type of. So declare num1, num2, num3. So num1 is an integer variable, num2 is a real variable, num3 is a double precision variables. So just declaring how we are declaring that variables. You can declare in that way, okay, and then you can go into PLSQL data types. So it's a character data types now. You can see character, and it supports some size varchar to. So now anyone tell me what is the difference between character and varchar? Look that and tell me. Fixed length character, variable length character. So what is the difference? Hello. Any idea? Anyone, please? What is fixed length character? What is variable length character? Already I told in SQL concepts also. Okay. See, fixed length variable means. Okay. So fixed length variable means. So what will going to happen? So pixel length variable is it is fixed. You can't store it more than that, and you can't going to reutilize it into that whatever the variable data you want to store it. Understand? See, suppose this is a pixel length variable or a variable length variable. It's a pixel length or a variable. It's a variable length. See, suppose varchar2 of 30 I gave. Let's see. And the similar way, one more I took it. Message 1. Okay. Instead of varchar, I used it just char. Understand? Just I used char. What is the difference both now? This is suppose hello world. How many letters it is taking? How many bytes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 8 plus 5. 8 plus 6, 14, right? So that means 14 bytes are using. So in the varchar 2 of 30, 14 bytes are used. What is the remaining? 16 bytes. That 16 bytes memory is going to release it and it is utilized by the other variables. Understand?
Yes, sir.
It's not going to wasting that variables data. So now the 16 byte data will be going to releasing and it is utilized by other variables. Now if you are coming into character, you can't utilize it the rest of 16 bytes. it's wasting. It's fixing 30 bytes. It's fixing. You can't release it. That is the major difference. Understand? Where character it supports numbers also, but character only it will support character only. Understand? Hope you people understand now.
Yes, sir.
Pixel length character, variable length character. Pixel length character means it's fixed that whatever the size you declared it, it's fixed. You can't reuse it. But var character you can reuse it. Raw data type. Raw data type also you can going to, it's a variable length binary or maximum you can going to store it. National character it is. This is okay. So all are similar only. So nkr or character, it's a national, but you are not going to observe much difference inside how it is working. So you can going to use a long raw data type. Long is nothing but it's again variables, so we're going to use it. Maximum size is going to increasing. Okay. So Boolean data types already we have discussed, true, false, it will be going to storing. Okay. And you can going to use into PL/SQL functions level. So date and time variables also will going to use. Already I told you, Oracle will going to support this range. The valid dates range from January 1st to 4712 BC to December 31st 9999 AD. Understand? That is the Oracle provided date range. And it is a format of DDMON format. Always it will going to support in this default format. So you can going to use it into these all the functions you can use here. You can going to display. Okay, can you give me a second? Hi guys, right. See, this is the range how it will be going to support, as you people know, right? So the year range it is, month range is 0 to 12, day range is 0 to 31. Okay, our range is 0 to 23 hours. There is no 24th hour. Okay, keep on mind. There is no 24th hour, whichever we have. Hello.
Yes, sir.
24th hour we don't have, so which hour we have?
0, sir.
0 hour. Understand? Keep on mind. It's a 0 hour. It's not 24th hour. After 23rd hour, it will come 0 hour. Okay, and we have minutes as well, seconds as well, and time zone hours we have. Okay, so these all things, it's a fundamental and standard functionalities, right? So all of you know these things maximum. And PLSQL large objects, so you can log data types, you can going to use it. So 1 second, let's log data types. Okay, so log, these are the large object files. If you want to store in your database large object files, so at the time you have to use it b file, blob, clob, and clob. Okay, these are the active data types it is available. So if you want to store some any files, text files, video clips, or images, or whatever it is, you can going to use it into B file. The B file will be going to allocated 4 gigabytes, 4 GB. 4 GB of data it is going to allocated for this data type. Understand? So if it is blob, it will going to allocate 8 to 128 TB, and clob it is 8 to 128, and clob also 8 to 128 data it will be going to allocate it. But whenever you people are going to using these files, it's very strictly and recommended also. Without permissions, you can't going to use it simply like this. You need a permission from the team, I mean your manager. So your manager will going to once approved, yes, we need it, then only can going to use it. So don't use it, but I haven't get chance to use that so far it is. Okay. Right. So here we can next we can going to discuss PLSQL user defined subtypes. You can going to create a subtypes. So the subtypes you can going to reuse it. So a subtype is a subset of another data type. So now you created a one data type, you are just reusing that reusing it into another data type. Understand? Called as a subtype. So these subtypes, how it will be going to working is, see, suppose now you can going to declare it. Let's do it small example. See, actual class will come. These all are the basics only. Keep on mind all the basics, okay? So now what I did, using subtype keyword, subtype, name of the variable is character of 20. You can going to use it or no. So now what will happen? Name, I used it subtype, it's a character of 20, I used it. Now subtype of message, character of 100 I declared. Now salutation is a, what is the data type of salutation? A name. So you are used it. Understand? And what is the greetings data type? Message. Message is nothing but this is the statement of. Understand?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So now if I execute it, so go to DBMS output and sorry, yeah, you can see the DBMS output. Hello Reda, welcome to the world of PLSQL. Shall I use it into my different variable again? Suppose yes name something, yes name, it's a name. Shall I use it? Is it possible? Is it possible or not? Yes name equal to, suppose I am going to doing like this way. Is it possible? Yes, it's possible. That is the reason we created subtype, right? Concatenation of S name. Yeah, you can going to do it. So you can see, hello radar Kodeshwar. You can see here. Now we're going to show it some errors. Okay, so try to help me. What are those errors? What is this error? Tell me one by one. Start it from Kavya. Are you there? Yes, Kavya. Tell me what is this error? Hello.
Counted the symbol DBMS output when expecting one of the following.
Tell me where it is. Line number 12, column number 2. Even the error line number also it is giving, right?
Yes, sir.
Tell me what it is missing. Hello. Yes, Kavya, I am waiting. Please tell me.
Sir, స్టేట్మెంట్ కనిపించట్లేదు సార్, ఒకసారి ఎర్రర్ క్లోజ్ చేయరా?
Okay. Right, Revati, can you please help me? Or anyone can you help me, please? What is the error on the statement? Hello, anyone please? Hello.
Space between the concatenation symbol and
Sorry, what concatenation?
space between the concatenation
Even,
symbol and
I don't know why people are going to taking this much time. Even it is clearly showing that error line number and column line also. Both it is showing. Why people are going to thinking this much time? So it is clearly telling that line number 12, column line 2. Yes or no, right? Go for line 12 and look at the issue. What is the line 12? This is the line 12. Tell me in this, it is missing. Line number 11, it is semicolon is missing. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So why people this much time you want? Even it is clearly showing, right? If it is not showing, then it is fine. Absolutely fine. If it is showing also, you people are taking this much time, means how it will be going to understand, right? Let's see one more. So let's execute it. What is this one? I'm not going to call all of them. So try to respond who knows immediately.
Assignment operator, sir.
Where it is. Assignment
Where it-
operator means where it is, what is the error?
For gradings variable, sir. We didn't assign welcome
Sorry?
to the wall of PL. Sir, in line number 10, sir.
Right. Assignment variable. Yes, line number 10. Assignment variable. Okay. Okay. I did it. Let's execute it again. What is this error? What is this error? Encountered symbol as name when expecting one of the following. If you want, I can execute it again. Can you see and tell me? Anyone tell me, please?
Line number 5, sir.
Line number 5. What is the
Semicolon.
issue? Semicolon.
Semicolon missing, sir.
Yes. Right. So it's a small errors, right? You people should have to respond immediately and going to tell it. Okay. Let's. What is this error?
Concatenation symbol, sir.
Okay. Concatenation symbol is missing. Where it is? Line number 12 after salutation, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Let's move on to the next one. What is this one? Read it and tell me.
Character size, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Character.
Size, sir.
What is the error? That is. Why can't you put it 0? I can put 0, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, but we create a subtype name, sir.
Mm-hmm.
We are assigning
And
the only
we
one,
try to give.
not putting the 0.
Okay, right. So we are assigned that here something, right? So it's not a 0. Okay, perfect. So now tell me now what is this variable, Revati? What we can call this variable? What is the name of that variable? Selected one. Anyone tell me?
Assignment variable, sir.
Assignment variable. Okay. Assignment variable. What is this message? What is the message?
Subtype of variable, sir.
Subtype name. Name of the subtype. Understand? Right. What is this greetings?
Greetings is variable name of subtype.
Variable. Yes. No. Greeting is a variable.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What is the use of DBMS output underscore line?
To display the output, sir.
Display the output. Right. Now, now I want to display my employees information. How I will going to do that now? Self star from EMP. How I will going to display my data? Shall I write it begin? Self star from EMP. So it's a statement, right? So I used it into semicolon. And is it correct? Correct or wrong? What is this? Can you read it, anyone? Read it, someone, please.
Into class is expected in this select statement.
Right. So into class is going to expected. Understand? Into class means, see what star going to indicating? It is extracting the data. See, select star from EMP means what it happened? It is going to extracting some data. So it's fetching data. But this data, where you are going to storing, you need to store some variables, right? So you need
Yes,
to
sir.
store somewhere. Declare. So ename is var to of suppose some 30 I gave. Okay, right. Ename means I used LC. LC means local variable, local character variable. Okay, right. Now what I will going to do? I will going to write it ename into this variable. Now I am fetching the ename. I am moving into LC underscore ename. Understand? Now you can going to print your employee name using this statement. Got it? So now output will come or not? Ename. Here what I need to put it? What I need to put it in the concatenation after? LC underscore name. Ename. Okay. Now output will come or not? Tell me. Output will come or not?
Variable is
What
local.
is this statement? Can you read someone? What is this statement?
Exact fetch returns more than requested number of rows at line 5.
What is the error? What is the error?
Multiple outputs, multiple rows are returned by the select statement.
Correct. Correct. Multiple rows are returned in select statement. You can
Yes,
going
sir.
to display, right? Output to multiple rows also. Why can't
Yes,
you
sir.
display?
But here we declaring only one variable.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Correct. See, what will happen in this statement is, see, this is going to fetching so many multiple records. But how do you going to print multiple records? Is there any looping is happening? No, right? So that is the reason exact fetch returns more than one row. Okay, I will going to add it something now where tell me any one employee number, EMP number, some EMP number you can tell me anyone. No idea. So that means if people are not practicing. Okay. If people are practicing more, you will going to remember employee numbers. No, sir. Okay, not happy. I'm not happy. At least this number of employees we have, at least you can tell me one employee number. No one is telling me how we will going to happy. It's no happy at all.
7369, sir.
Already I queried and I entered, madam. So you are too late. What is this one? Encountered symbol. What is the issue in this example? Where employee number equal to this one? Okay, perfectly fine. So missing keyword F5. See, output is coming. See, ename is equal to ward. Understand? Ename equal to ward. So now the rest of all the columns I want to display in the output. How do I will going to display? The rest of all the names I want to display. How do we will going to display? Tell me, anyone tell me. The rest of all things. Here just ename, right? I want employee number, hire date, salary, commission, department number. MGR, everything I want to display. What I will going to do now? Okay.
Open statements.
Open statement. Sorry.
Loops.
Why do you want to loop, sir? I want to just display the name of word, all the records, all the columns, not all the employees. Try to understand. The question is, I want to display of the entire record of the word. WRD, word. 7521. What I will going to do now?
Declare all the way.
You have to declare all the variables, the rest of all the variables. That's all. Why we people thinking in this way? So okay, simply can take all the columns and going to display it. That's all. Understand? How are you going to declare it? Just declare it here. So what it is there? Already ename there, right? So you can remove it. The rest of things you can going to declare it. ln. Why I used ln? It's a local variable number. lc date. Okay, mgr ln. Okay, hire date ld local date sal lc ln commission ln. Okay, what else? ln department number. Done. What we can going to use? Number. It's a number that type. Okay, so what else you can going to use? mgr date sal number commission number. So I use date number. All are numbers. It's a date. Right? Job is var 2 of 30. Yes or no? So what else we can do now? Next, what we need to do? Hello.
Sir.
Put this all the variables. Okay.
In select statement.
Yes, into statement, not select statement. Keep on mind. Okay. So into statement. So what it is missing? Date. Now you can going to use these all the things. LC name already there, right? So you can going to use it. So this is the way you can go and display. Which one is easy now? PLSQL is easy or SQL is easy to fetch the data? Hire date, salary, commission. Now you need to print these all the variables. Yes or no? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Is it correct or wrong? Anything wrong?
We have to
Output.
We have to write
We also
how
fetch.
many output statements? How many statements we need to print? Right? Fine. Is it fine now? E-name, EMP number. Okay. So what it is? So just I try to remove this. So e-name, EMP number. Okay, and job and MGR. Okay, and hire date. Okay, and salary and commission department. Is it correct or wrong? Okay, PPT number. Is it done? In this statement, is it a correct or wrong? Statement, sir. This also it is missing, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
So these all things will comes under hands-on work only. Okay. While just seeing nothing, you will going to learn. So put your hands on work and then do. So let's execute it. Invalid SQL statement. What is that? Here it is.
We are selecting only name, sir.
Shall I put star? It will take.
Yes, sir.
No. How do you going to take it? It will not take. It will not take. You need to mention it clearly. Which variable you are moving into which one?
Yes, sir.
Understand? Name, comma, number, comma, job, comma. Okay, next. MGR.
Hire date.
Hire date.
Hire
Yeah.
family.
Okay.
Commission.
Commission.
Department.
Still. What is this error? EMP number, E name. It's everything is fine, right? So what it is wrong? Can you see some encounter symbol bracket? Where it is? Which bracket it is missing? Select all the variables into this one. Okay, where the bracket is closing, missing any variable issue. So just formatting the output. Okay, sorry. But
Sir,
what is
in
this
last
one? Right. Now can you see encounter symbol end? End is there, right? Tell me, what is the issue in the encounter symbol end?
in last one parenthesis missing semicolon, sir.
Right, semicolon, terminator is missing. Okay, let's execute it. Yes. Can you see the output? Can you see the T name? So this is the output.
Yes, sir.
Understand? So now let's going to show some errors now. Okay. Let me show you. So F5. What is this? Read it, someone please.
Numeric or value error. Character string buffer too small.
What do you mean by that? numeric or a value error, the character string buffer is too small.
Yes, sir.
That
We are
means
mentioning the varchar 2 in 3, but email size is very big, sir.
Yes, sir.
how are you going to know that? How are you going to know that? Very big. You have two options. So either you have to go into the table and see the data type. Okay, e name I don't know. Okay, so simply I am putting number. I don't know, right? What is the e name of data type and size? I executed, I got error. PLS numerical error, character to number format conversion error. Right. How are you going to overcome now? Understand? So two things you did a mistake now. One is you don't know the size of variable in the table structure, and you don't know the data type of the table. Yes or no? How are you going to overcome now? Any solution for this? Yes, we have a solution for this. Understand? So we're going to use percentage type. Percentage type. You can use a percentage type. Table emp dot ename percentage type. Understand? So you can going to use this one. So that what will happen, percentage type is used to pick the existing table data type and size. You no need to declare your type, your data type. What will happen in the employee table, in the e name, what is the data type it is there, the data type and size it will going to automatically, it will going to use it. Understand? Clear now? So in the similar way, you can going to use emp dot emp number percentage type. Got it? So now you are overcome that error. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
emp dot job percentage type. So what is the use of percentage type? Percentage type is used to pick the existing table, column, data type and size. emp dot mgr percentage type. Okay. That is emp dot higher date percentage type. Got it? Okay, perfect. So you people did a good job now. So what next? Cell percentage type. emp dot what is this? Commission percentage type. Yes, now you overcome the data type issues. Okay. emp dot dpt number percentage type. Understand? Now you are executed and your output is printed. You can see, just clear the output. Just I want to execute only this. Let's see. No, I can't execute single statement. I have to execute everything. Okay, now I can execute it. See, you got the output. Now tell me how many variables I declared? 8 variables. Okay. 8 variables I declared. Why I declared 8 variables? Because of table having that number of columns. Suppose I have my table having My table having more than that. Suppose my table having around 100 columns. Are you going to declare 100 variables? Tell me.
No, sir, it is difficult to declare, sir.
Correct. It is difficult to declare. Okay, I am going to using two tables. One table having 100 variables, another table having 100 columns. 100, 200 columns are there. Now 200 columns output you want to declare. So no, are you going to declare 200 column variables here? How such a big coding will come, right? How do you want to overcome for this? How to eliminate to declaring this n number of variables? Understand, right? All of you understand, right? Tell me, tell me, Kiran, what is the issue here? What we are discussing?
To I mean,
Sorry. Yes, Kiran, tell me, please.
how to execute
What is the
100
issue?
calls?
How to?
How to overcome?
No. Okay. So this is the reason. So try to concentrate it. Okay. Simply listening is different. Following the class is different. Okay. So I don't want to declare into n number of variables. Okay. So I want to overcome these variables to eliminating here. So for this, we have percentage row type. Previously we used type. Now we are going to using row type. Understand? Row type is going to picking the entire table, all the columns, data type and pages. That the entire table structure it will going to pick. Understand? So you no need all the variables. Simply, I am going to putting L underscore emp rec employee record emp percentage row type. So now if you I use it a percentage row type, so what will happen? In the entire emp table, what are the columns we have? All the columns data type and sizes is going to picking. Understand? Now you will be going to, you no need to put these all the columns here. You can going to use it star. You no need to put this all the variables here again. Simply what you need to put now, tell me, anyone tell me what you need to put? L underscore emp underscore rec. How do you going to print your names now? How do you going to print your names? The everything is going to stored into one variable now. Now you can differentiate it in your output. This is rec dot L underscore emp rec dot ename L underscore emp rec dot emp number L underscore rec dot. You can differentiate it now. Dot job dot mgr dot hire date. Understand? So all of you clear, right? How we are doing now? How we are overcoming one by one. So this is the way of style of coding. Okay. If you can do it, the output for first example, even you can do it for second example, even you can do it for third example. Which one is the best one?
Third one, sir.
Right.
Third one.
Yeah. So 1 second, it looks like hanging the system. Give me a minute. Okay, let's Still, I don't know what's happening. This is. Internet is okay, right? I think it is connected now. Right. So now let's execute it. Right? See, you get the output. So this is the way you can going to do it. Understand? So you can going to reduce your coding style and performance you have to increase. You have to reduce your style and you have to increase your performance. Got it? So 1 second. Okay, I saved it. You people can get it from there also. So next, moving on to the next one. Let me save as also will do. So anyhow, it is not going to miss. Right, tell me next. So moving on to the next one. Subtypes we are seeing how to create a subtypes. Sorry, 1 second. Oh, it's moving lots of things. So null in PLSQL, you can going to use null variables also. Okay. So null, how we are using nulls, we can use it. Okay. Now it's variables in PLSQL. Now these are the variables only we used it as of now. So all the variables. So I will give for questions. So last 10 minutes. You people can going to discuss your doubts and questions. So I'm holding on variables second level. So we'll continue by the next session from variables onwards. So I will going to give for 10 minutes for all the questions. Yes, please. Any questions in PL SQL today's session? Please speak out if you have any questions.